If you think of a vehicle from World War II, you are thinking of a Jeep. Here's a great example of a 1945 Jeep. This is a Willys, and it has been restored nearly to the condition that it rolled off the factory floor with. These things were outstanding design. It was designed by Bantam, which later Willys got the contract, and Ford made these as well. They were designed for an 18-year-old out of high school to fix with hand tools using only a manual in the field. So these things were very simple. In fact, most mowers today, my zero-turn mower at home is more complicated than this Jeep here. It's very simple to work on, and that's why they're still popular today. These engines and this design was built up until the early 70s. Willys of France made these for the French Army. This is always a huge attraction to have a Jeep around. Me personally, I drive mine around through town to just to different places to keep it running. People are always glad to see you. People are always waving. These things they're incredible. And it was an incredible design that Bantam had come up with.
They tried to drown my motor, but my ignition was set too high for that. They tried to break my back on roller coaster roads. But when I held together, it looked as if the Army and I might somehow get along because they gave me a nickname. From the words general purpose, they took the G and the P. They called me Jeep. It sounded more like a noise than a name.
Over here we have basically a tracked Jeep. Studebaker made these. We called these a Weasel. These were great for snow. These actually were amphibious. You could plug it, it would actually swim. This one has been pretty well restored, but there's still plenty of work to do on it. The owner of this one has 3 of these, in which he said he needs 3 of them to keep them running. They were used to transport troops out. For instance, in Bastogne and the Bulge, where there was heavy snow, these things were vital. They would run these up to the front lines, they'd run ammunition up, and then they'd start bringing wounded out. It was about the only way they could quickly get the wounded out of the battlefield because the snow was so deep at that time.
Even deep water is no obstacle. This baby can swim. But one word of caution. The Weasel is not a surf big. If you try to operate it in choppy water, you're asking for a ducking.
Okay, so JMPI's was called Jump Master Personal Inspection. So basically he would come up and he would literally check him from head to toe, make sure nothing's twisted, nothing's broken, and everything's going to work.
And here's another final check, this time by the Jump Master just before the men go aboard.